think they are all about how we think of clients, and in that respect, a client, for the most part, has three key categories of concern. Some people may categorise these differently to I, but this is how I would see it. First of all, I want to know how it is and what we can tell them, be we brokers, underwriters, whatever part of the business we're in, about their risks. How can they understand their risk better? How can we help them understand their risk better? Secondly, they want to know is where should they transfer these risks? Into what kind of mechanism? How would their insurance policy work, their reinsurance policy, and actually who they're transferred to provides the sort of security and comfort almost come moments of dislocation. The third thing, which I think is the most interesting for London, and isn't just a London issue, is of course how we grow and how does London help grow the business. And around that you have all sorts of subjects related to expertise. What are we expert in? What do we need to improve our processes in to allow our expertise to come through in a stronger way? Because the problem with being expert is if actually you haven't got the right processes to support your expertise, it can sort of limit your opportunity and endeavour.
I think there are two or three important findings. One, I think, is that having monitored claim service for the past 5 or 6 years, the level of the quality of service is sort of flattened off. So there is a question of where next, what do we do next? From the risk managers survey that we've run, we have seen that risk managers place a greater level of trust in their brokers than they do their insurers, which is an interesting finding. I think allied to that is that risk managers are really looking for more engagement with their insurers so they can build trust. And I think we feel that from the broker's perspective, they're looking for more innovation, and that if you can create more engagement between the risk manager and the insurer themselves, that does create the space for innovation. But I think some of the impediments to that potentially are the value chain and the distribution chain and all the links in that process. So I think the challenges of businesses becoming more creative and more innovative are extremely important for insurers in the London market, but particularly claims teams, who it seems to me are particularly susceptible to technology change. And I think it is really about lifting up people's heads from just the insurance industry or even the claims business into what's happening in the world at large, and I think that's the technological revolution I think that's coming. So I'll be talking about the disruptive nature of that, what that will do in terms of potentially de-skilling whole swathes of jobs that were traditionally sort of middle skill level jobs, and I think that will apply to claims, and I think it will apply to underwriting.
I think it is an innovative industry. I think actually supporting that growth has to be a better job around, particularly on the placing side. I think the claims teams have led the way in terms of sort of improvement, in terms of service levels, but the placing side needs to be sort of improved in terms of its efficiency and so forth, and accounting around that, I believe, needs to be improved as well. In terms of opportunity, it's a manifold products and lines of business, huge, be these contemporary products, cyber, nanotechnology, how we think about climate change and so forth. But actually, of course, the golden oldies of products, property, some of the work we do in the casualty markets, our expertise in specialty marine aviation, of course, actually will always be sort of leaders, I think, for how we go forward. And we're very, very good at those products indeed. I think if we could think of sort of easy wins, it would always help. And I think this sort of bureau settlement subjects of instant settlement versus 3-day settlement. I mean, instant, what do we mean by instant? If we could sort of, I think, really look to that very rapidly, that would be fantastic. I do think there's superior expertise in many senses shown here in terms of claims adjustment and advocacy. And the other thing I think we need to do much more is bring claims forward to customers prior to issue, so prior to concern rather. So actually in terms of the placement of claims, if you have people with superior claims knowledge involved in production of business, then by definition you're going to have more production and less problems.
I think first of all, my point about technology is that all businesses that have a processing element to them will change dramatically, and I think we can guess at some of those changes, but the pace of change is so fast that inevitably there will be huge changes, and I think it's down to the management to look at what the next generation of claims professionals are going to be doing. That's very important, so the understanding of what sort of talent is being brought into the business. I think the other areas are really to assess and to judge just what clients want, so the old sort of chestnut of becoming more client-centric, understanding their needs, that comes through loud and clear still from the risk managers' research. Brokers seem to have a good handle on a lot of it, but I think sometimes the insurers are not as close to that. Now that's a two-way street, they'll have to sort that out between them.
But I guess the real challenge is to understand those clients that want more communication, they want more connection with the London insurance market, with the claims managers. Those people that want that can get it, and that's where we need to be more flexible and to listen to those needs and identify them and deliver on them.